Yeah, I peep the retwist, peep the fresh cut, you feel me? Yeah, we really making plays for out here. So I'm gonna put you on the hypothetical situation, right? So peep this. So imagine you on YouTube, right? You're searching through YouTube to find dating advice, and you come across a series of videos, and throughout these videos, you realize there's a common advice that is always being said, and this one advice that's always being talked about in all of these videos is just be yourself. So in your mind, you're probably thinking like, okay, I guess all I need to do is just be myself. So you go into the real world, try to actually put this advice to practice, and to your surprise, you find little to no success. And you're wondering why. You're stuck, like, why am I not finding no success? And I know this might sound familiar to a lot of y'all because a lot of y'all were probably actually in that situation. I know I was. So let me actually break down why just being yourself is low-key terrible advice, because we see in a lot of these videos that, just be yourself, just be yourself, all you need to do is just be yourself, right? But we are actually avoiding and completely just not even touching the main problem of why you're not seeing success with women. And you think you just being yourself, you just need to be yourself, is the end all be all answer to, you finally actually getting some sort of play, but you don't realize the actual root problem of why you're not seeing no success. So in this video, I'm gonna break down personally why I think just being yourself is terrible advice, and the different key components of dating, and how just spread out the actual map is, and just you saying just be yourself will target all that, is low-key trash advice. So, we're gonna dive deep into this topic, you feel me? So let's get on with it. So the first reason why I say just being yourself is terrible advice for a lot of people is because, one, a lot of people don't know who they are. Like, if you don't really know who you are, how are you going to be able to be that person when you don't even know that person? You feel me? Like, a lot of people are living a life full of like facade and just not knowing, like, actually getting to understand themselves. You feel me? A lot of people don't even get to like really even understand their thoughts, understand who they are as a person, fundamentally who they are, the things that that drive them, all that. Like, they don't really understand themselves as a person, so they can't present the final piece and like the person who they are, because they didn't really get to develop that sort of relationship with themselves. Like, for example, we've all dealt with some sort of trauma in our lives, or we've all been damaged in some way, shape, or form. People won't even take the time to deal with that damage and that trauma and heal themselves properly. So if we were to take that idea of just be yourself, if you take all that trauma, hurt, and just damage that's been like buried deep inside you, that's been accumulating over the years, and present that to like someone else, present that to someone else that could potentially be your partner, or like someone that you're just trying to mess around with, like, how you expect that person to want to be with you? How do you expect that? You trying to present all that hurt and trauma, but you're not trying to take the time to deal with that. And if you don't want to take the time to deal with that, you can't possibly like present the best version of yourself. So like, saying just be yourself is assuming that that person already has all their stuff figured out. And if you're struggling with women and you're struggling with dating, that means like 9 times out of 10 you don't have your stuff figured out. So like where are we getting at here? Number 2 is just being yourself is just awfully vague. Like I said, there might be specific problems that are, hindering your dating success, or there might be like different reasons why. So you bunching all these problems together to one thing, which is just being yourself. But like, you are already being yourself, but like, being yourself is also contingent with all these other problems that you have. Like, just being yourself is a lot more nuanced than you might think, and these specific problems that you have, you trying to bunch them all together and saying that you just need to be yourself, which being yourself is like just a very vague and just very broad statement. You can't tackle these direct problems head on because these direct problems need direct answers. And just being yourself is not, it's just so vague. It's just so just all over the place. Number three is that it validates your current behaviors. Like I said, you saying, if someone says that you just need to be yourself, the other person that's hearing that is gonna assume that everything about them is already, fixed and just perfect. But it's just the fact that they just need to present that, like, just need to present the person that they already are. But like, they have more problems than just not being themselves. They have a lot more problems. Like, for example, if you're 300 pounds, fucking lazy as hell, broke as hell, and you say, someone tells you you just need to be yourself, you being yourself is not good enough. Because if you were to be yourself, you are, like, what do you have to offer? What does yourself right now have to offer? Like, you're validating current behaviors. Like, you have to level up and be better than where you was before you can start to be yourself. Because at that point, you have a lot more to offer. You have a lot more, value within yourself. So if you just be yourself, the person that you are when you are at your high, that will allow you to attract more people, because that is your authentic self, and your authentic self have a lot of positive, a lot of positive attachment towards it, versus you being like down bad and you have nothing going for yourself. You being yourself have a lot of negative attachment towards that. So like, people saying that, you just need to be yourself, like, you need to level up first before you can think about being yourself. Like, you need to like step up your game, be a better version of yourself, you feel me? Because that is actually more of a problem than you just being yourself. I feel like there's more of a time and place where this advice is appropriate. For example, if you're trying to put up a front, like act like you're someone that you're not, act like another nigga, you feel me? This advice, just be yourself, is where it's most appropriate, because you can't be a better version of another person than they are of themselves. Because you faking it, you putting up a facade will eventually get exposed one way or another, because at some point your real self would have to come out, you feel me? So you being yourself from the get-go, you are automatically like, just let her know what's up, like, what's the word, you feel me? Just what's the word, and if she's messing with you or not, that's gonna be on her. But like, if you are yourself, you are doing your job, you're already doing your part. Like, I feel like being yourself is really meant for that type of advice, not really just a general, dating advice that, it can fix anything and everything. If you're struggling to talk to women, just be yourself. Once you actually have that skill, then you can implement being yourself. Like I said, you have to level up first before you can then put, being yourself as like a next factor into like the skill. I actually came across this one speech like response from someone on Core, right? And she actually like perfectly just encapsulate like this entire like video into just one little paragraph. And I'm gonna read it to y'all. I think when people say this, they're trying to discourage you from playing games and pretending to be someone very different from your authentic self. They're suggesting that you need to be genuine if you want to make a meaningful connection, which I completely agree with. However, I do think there are skills we can build in order to be more charming and appealing. So I prefer to say, be the most awesome version of yourself you can be. Don't change who you are fundamentally, but shine yourself up a little. So in conclusion, just being yourself has its moments where it is appropriate and it's useful as an advice. But as an overall dating advice, as an overall advice to bagging shorties, I think it's a pretty bad advice, because it's glossing over a lot of things and it's just painting it with just one brush about like, you just need to be yourself, you just need to be you, and you can get anyone you want. Like, that's bullshit. You have to level up yourself before you can implement your authentic, who you are authentically, and present that to other people, you feel me? So like, I think there's a lot more nuance when it comes to just being yourself. And when someone says, all you need to do is just be yourself. Kind of take it with a little bit of like a grain of salt, because you gotta really sit and think, like, at this point in your life, are you really at a position where you can just present yourself to other people and they'll gravitate towards you? Are you really in that position right now? And if no, you just need to, level up, boss up, maybe get some more money, maybe, clear up your mental, maybe like do some healing, maybe get more fit, things like that. Do whatever you can to level up in ways that you need to, and then your fundamental, like who you are as like the foundation of who you are, you can then present that with these other good qualities, so it can complement you as you're trying to be yourself and presenting that unto other people. So yeah, you feel me? Yeah, just being yourself is pretty bad advice. Appreciate y'all for watching this, and yeah, I'm going.